The class is culture and landscape, and we start off with looking at how landscapes have been organized since the Renaissance. And we start off with the design of the Renaissance garden, and we move on to park design, and also the relationship between landscape painting and the design of parks. And so what we decided to do was take our fall break and go to Portland, which has arguably one of the best park systems in the United States. In the class, they have to analyze 8 different types of parks. So in the span of 5 days, we visited the 8 different types of parks, and we visited every one by not going into a car. In fact, the whole trip to Portland, everything was done from going to the airport to downtown, either by train, streetcar, bus, or walking.
The transportation system is amazing in Portland. You can go anywhere by walking, catching the train or the train line. Everything is close by, and instead of sprawled, they build up.
Portland as a city has always had a deep-rooted passion for the environment. Their main economies have historically been agriculture and timber because they're surrounded by scenic mountains and one of the most fertile valleys in the world. In 1904, the Olmsted brothers, sons of Frederick Law Olmsted, who designed Central Park in New York City, designed a park plan for Portland, incorporating green spaces and greenways throughout the entire city. In 1979, Metro established the urban growth boundary, which encompasses 24 towns. Development is restricted to inside the boundary, and outside consists of farms, providing locals with fresh, healthy foods daily at farmers markets spread throughout the city. What makes Portland so special is not only its preservation of nature outside the growth boundary, but inside as well. As we saw in our field study, parks and green spaces are extremely prevalent throughout the entire city. Portland is a model city for sustainability and livability, and is consistently inspiring other American cities to follow in its path.
The course is predicated that there's 3 types of landscape: the urban landscape, the rural landscape, and the wilderness landscape. In Portland, you get all 3 of those landscapes, and you can reach each one without having to get in a car.
One of my favorite parts of the whole trip was seeing the difference between the Japanese garden and the Chinese garden. When we went to the Japanese garden, it was outside the more urban area, on top of a mountain, so it was more about the tranquility and peacefulness and quietness. And from the garden, you could actually see Mount Hood, the snowy top of the mountain. And then the Chinese garden was right in the middle of the city, and so in the middle of this urban area, you could be inside the garden and feel the tranquility and the quietness and not even know that you were in the middle of the city, which is really cool.
It's really, I think, been very productive. Students like it, it's intense, but they come back with an understanding of I would argue that Portland's considered the most sustainable city in the United States. Sustainability, everybody's throwing that word around, but they get to see literally a sustainable landscape, what it looks like, where they see a city, they see a wilderness, organic farm, all within the confines of a metropolitan area. And it's very distinctive, and they begin to settle out and analyze both the aesthetics, the beauty, and the function of a landscape like that. And that's kind of the key. You can get beauty and function together.
It showed me that a city can reach sustainability. Portland is the most sustainable city in all of the United States. Orlando is working towards it. It's just taking a while. We should be there by at least 2050. We will never be close to what Portland is at the moment. Well, we can catch up and we'll never be in par with them. That's right.
So overall, after learning about Portland's deep-rooted history and nature-based economies and passion for the environment, it was really cool to see how it all actually plays out in today's world.
If I could go on another trip with the Department of Environmental Studies, I'd do it. Everyone should go study Portland or at least visit. It's very unique.